Hello, and welcome to FPL, mate, your best mate for fantasy Premier League content for the 2020-21 season. And it is the Game Week 18 deadline. And as you can see in front of us, I've put my free hits team as it currently is. It's changing. It's changing, guys. I already know what I'm going to change it to as well. I've got it sort of written down on my phone of some ideas of what changes I have in plan. But I thought I would leave it right now for the benefit of you guys as what it was from my video that I made, because I've obviously made a video of what my free hit team would look like. I thought I'd leave it like that, and then you can sort of see with me kind of the thought process that I'm going through in order to make those changes. So yeah, so that's probably the bulk of what we're going to be doing today, to be honest. But yes, welcome one and all. Welcome and thanks for joining me today for this special deadline stream. I know it's a bit of a weird time, but yes, thank you for joining me for today. I am on my lunch break, a very, very late lunch break for me, just because, you know, it's during the working day. So, yeah, balancing day jobs and non-day jobs and FPL and this, that and the other. Always good fun, isn't it? I do need to put a tweet out about this stream though, don't I? So let me just do that. Let everyone know that we're here and we're live. Just do a quick tweet. Grab that link. But yeah, I've got some changes in mind. In fact, I do need to get them up on my phone anyway, show you what I'm doing. But anyway, we'll say hello, see who we've got here today. So Moldy is in the chat. Viram, Epic, Nick, hello mate. Any other members in the chat? Johnny Roke, and now a member of the chat. Johnny Rock, sorry, I'm not sure how to say your name, Johnny, but welcome to being an FPL mate member. And I hope you enjoyed the new Neil Morpay emoji that is available for members now. So you can troll me with the FPL mate emoji if that's something you'd like to do. David Cortez, thank you very much for the donation there. Really appreciate that. James Craig, welcome as a member as well. Enjoy the Morpay emoji. Why can't I get this to? Okay, right. Hang on. Just put this tweet out. Sorry, I'm disorganised, but I mean, you can kind of forgive me today because it's pronounced Rook. Sorry, okay, there you go, Rook. But yeah, sorry, I'm a bit disorganised, but I only came on my lunch break 3 minutes ago, so yeah, lots of work still to do in the day. Right. Hopefully that tweet makes sense. Didn't proofread it. There we go. Let me also get up on my phone the changes that I'm going to make, and then I will show you what I'm thinking. Let's just make sure there are people in here watching. How many of you guys are in here? 600 of you already. Fantastic, guys. Fantastic. That's awesome to see. So yeah, let's start making some changes. Let's start messing with this team. We've got a few more emojis being spammed. A few more pays I'm seeing. Nice to see you, Kiyose Sargo. Nice to see you, Uzi. Avoid, more pay, of course. Right, anyway. Well, I mean, first of all, guys, the first situation I find myself in is a situation of a little bit of concern. Because Darlow, I am concerned that he's going to be rotated with Dubravka there. I'm really not convinced by that one anymore. I've got some slight doubts. And obviously, Martinez is not going to be playing, because before it was going to be Spurs versus Aston Villa. So we can confidently get rid of Martinez because he's not going to be playing. 4.8 million. What a waste of money for a player who's not playing. Oh, that's a bit weird. And then Darlow's the other guy who's going to drop out there. So goodbye to Carl himself. And we're going to replace him with, first and foremost, in fact, how am I going to make this so this works? Right, yeah, okay. This is a... Let's try and find who I'm looking for. Maybe I should have put this in order of... Oh, here we are. Right, so Ramsdale going... I mean, it's 4.7 million for a backup goalkeeper, because I do want to make sure I have a relatively strong bench. Stronger than I've actually got right now. I do want it to be a little bit stronger, I think. And you know what? I know that Sheffield United haven't actually been really good for clean sheets, have they? But against Newcastle, I mean, a lot of you guys have been saying this. Could this finally be the game week that Sheffield United get a win? You know, I mean, if they do get a win, it's going to be a 1-0. There's a very good chance it's going to be a 0-0. So as a backup goalkeeper for 4.7 million, Ramsdale's not actually that bad. I mean, who else am I going to go for realistically for around that price? Maybe Pickford at 4.8, possibly. I don't know. I might as well just go for Ramsdale at 4.7. And to be fair, I'm going to have to, because my other goalkeeper in this team is going to be... you know what? I need to... let me put this in price order, so then I can actually find who I'm looking for a little bit easier. And the other one's going to be De Gea. The reason for this is because I now want more defenders from more different teams. And because I want more defenders from more different teams, it basically means that my least favourite defenders are from Manchester United. I prefer the Arsenal, like Tierney. I prefer Cancelo and Diaz from City, and I also prefer to have a Spurs defender as well. I prefer to have Reguilon, who's going to be the next player I put in here instead of Lindelof. I'm going to put in Reguilon. Let's add you in there. So we can see we're over budget at the moment, but we will rectify that. Maybe I should just open up the screen so you can see on the right hand side what's going on while I'm looking through the players as well. So yes, so now we have a defence, a 4-man defence of Tierney, Cancelo, Reguilon and Diaz, and I've got the Manchester United cover with De Gea there. So three defenders from different teams. Well, I mean, 3 different teams in defence, an extra team in goal as well. So I've got all 4 big teams covered defensively, and Manchester City twice. So happy with that. So then we're going to move to the forwards, and this is where I have to save some money. Davis is going to go. No chance of him playing it anyway. Wilson's going to go, which is an interesting one because Wilson has been kind of a player who I was fairly confident I was going to stick with, to be honest. But as it turns out, I'm not sure I'm that bothered about owning Wilson. You know, I think there's actually a good chance that he doesn't perform perhaps as well as we think he's going to. He's not been that good. I mean, I tell a lie. He has been pretty good. But I don't know. I like a lot of people were saying, you kind of get the impression that maybe Sheffield United get something out of this game. I think there's a good chance of that happening. So that will leave us with this. McGoldrick and Sheffield United will go to the bench. So the real replacement really is Wilson's going to be dropping out the first 11 and therefore out of the whole squad. We're going to go 4 at the back, 5 in midfield and just 1 up front, which is kind of interesting. McGoldrick will go first substitution. Then Clark second substitution there. You can see Clark in defence. And then third substitution, Brewster. Just to pick up a 1 point. I'm not expecting anything from him. Don't you worry about that. Ramsdale, substitute goalkeeper. I think that's a fairly strong bench. And it's going in a little bit more on defence. And I think that could be kind of a good idea. So, I don't know. I think that is probably my favourite way I want to go from here. That's kind of the best place I've landed. I don't know if anyone has any particular strong feelings about this. The real battle here... The real change is kind of Wilson versus Reguilon. That's the only real difference here. The significance difference. Wilson, okay, yeah, maybe he's going to get you... Maybe he gets a goal and maybe that gives him sort of 8 points. Maybe, or not. Yeah, probably 8 points in a game. It's not really going to get much more than that, is he, Wilson? You wouldn't have thought. I mean, he could, but... Newcastle haven't been that good in attack, to be honest, other than Wilson. I think Wilson is coming off the back of a bit of a knock as well. And Reguilon, on the other hand, Spurs against Fulham, I would say that there's a really good chance, a super good chance, that Spurs do keep that clean sheet against Fulham. Really good chance. Reguilon, of course, is a player who does have some attacking threat, a decent amount of attacking threat as well. I'm really confident that he's going to play because he was rested in the FA Cup. He's a really good little player. I don't know what's happened to the background there. Sorry, we're unable to load. Please try again in a few minutes. Okay. Not sure what happened there. Hang on, let me try and fix this. I bet it's just logged me out. Connection failure. I am still streaming, aren't I? You guys can still see me. Let's just check this out. Yeah, the stream is still going, but for some reason it's kicked me out of FPL. Okay, are we back? Yeah. Weird. Okay, well, I'm going to have to make all those changes again, so you can once again watch me go through this. So let's just order by price so I can see easily. Well, let's just go to Sheffield United because I know that I've got 3 of those that are coming in. And we're going to get rid of you, and and replace them with Ramsdale. So to be fair, it's only really the defence that I'm changing. Not the defence. It's only really my bench that I'm changing. My attack is and my defence and everything on the first 11. The only difference is Reguilon to Wilson. So only one difference realistically. It's just that just a couple of changes on the bench, and maybe the bench probably looks a little bit stronger. And I'm going for Reguilon instead of Wilson, and I've improved my goalkeeping situation at the same time, and improved my bench. So many benefits there. I don't really want to miss out on the Spurs defence. I think I need to go in there. In an ideal world, I would try and fit in. Well, I don't know. Honestly, I look at this and maybe should I save it? No, I'm not going to save it just yet, just in case I make a final change of mind. But if we look at this team, so how it would line up would be De Gea, Tierney, Cancelo, Reguilon, Diaz, Saka, De Bruyne, Fernandes, Rashford, Son, and then Lacazette up front on his own. Out of that team, who do you drop for Wilson? I would rather have pretty much every single player over Wilson. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something here. Should I actually be maybe only having one Man City defender? And I don't want to do that. Tierney? Do I drop out Tierney? Okay, right. Let's try a different. I don't know, just a little mess about. We could get rid of. I don't know, if we bring Wilson back in, we could get rid of Tierney, I guess, and we could get rid of De Gea. Replace them with. If we go to Arsenal, and then go Leno, and then we've got 4.4 million to spend on another defender. So yeah, maybe I do drop out. In fact, Tierney, because do I fully trust Arsenal? I mean, I'm wearing the Arsenal shirt because I thought, oh, this is the week I'm gonna get 3 Arsenal players. It's gonna be awesome. But maybe I'm not. Where can I save a little bit more money? Because do I really want to? Well, I mean, let's just look at let's see what we can get for 4.4 million first and foremost in defence. Is there anyone I'd actually want? I don't think there is. Maybe Kilman. Mari, okay, yeah, as a backup. Oh no, I can't. I'm tripled up on Arsenal already. Webster, no, I don't think so. Anyone who actually looks at all interesting here? I'm not really seeing anything that's standing out to me, if I'm honest. Kilman is probably going to be the next best option at 4.1 million. Although, you know, can we go? Would we want to? I mean, yeah, technically we could go for. Hang on, where is he? Yedlin. Yedlin would work. Which leaves 0.1 in the bank as well. Yeah. So, okay. Maybe this is the way. How badly do I want Wilson? Do I prefer? Well, yeah, this is the question. Because Tierney is probably the defender I least want. In fact, out of all the players, Tierney is probably the player I least want. The annoying thing is he's been so good in attack and he's been providing attacking returns. And I do think there could be goals for Arsenal here. And who's to say that Tierney's not going to be one of them? He's one of my favourite players for this game week, given his price. But I find myself... But I would prefer the City defensive double up. I do want to double up on defence, that's for sure. I definitely want a Spurs defender. So, but then it's a case of I'm maybe picking too many defenders and not enough attackers. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Yeah, you could do Holding for 4.5. Can't quite afford that. Dyer instead of Diaz. No, I do want. I'm happy with the double up on there. Mari from Arsenal. I can't do that because of Leno. Yeah, go for Smith Rowe instead of Saka. Yeah, I could do, to be fair. I do prefer Saka though. don't get a backup goalkeeper, that is an option for sure. I'm just reading the chat through, guys. Tierney for Holt. No, I mean, I think, yeah, Tierney is the man, Dan, says James Craig. And I think you are right. He is the man. He really is. But do I prefer to back an attacker in Wilson? Which is kind of what I'm thinking. Daniel Sheeran says, Son or Rashford, what about Kane? Yeah, I've kind of been consistent on this message. I think you're okay to just go for one Spurs attacker. You know, if you've got both Spurs attackers, Son and Kane, then it probably means you're sacrificing elsewhere. Which you can do if you're happy to do that. But don't underestimate Fulham's defence. They've actually been pretty good. I think they've only conceded 4 goals in their last 5 games. And they've played some pretty big teams during that time as well. They only conceded 1 goal against Liverpool. They only conceded 1 goal against Leicester. They didn't concede any goals against Southampton. Okay, Manchester City scored 2 goals against them. But this is Manchester City. So you're perhaps a little bit surprised by even that. So, yes, so I don't think you need to worry about that. Someone's saying there's something about Cancelo. Like I've not actually had that much time to check Twitter. Has there been some news about Cancelo? And is it in fact a case of Cancelo is the guy that I need to get rid of? Let's have a look on Twitter real quick. Because if that's the case, then that's a very easy decision for me. Hopefully someone can make a decision for me. That's kind of what I'm hoping. So right, yeah, if someone knows anything about Pep's comments. Okay, what comments did Pep say about? Oh, here we go. Okay, Pep's comment says that he was withdrawn as he was tired after playing 45 minutes in the FA Cup. Hopefully he'll be okay. I don't think that sounds too worrying. I don't think that sounds too bad. Harry, thank you very much for the super chat. On free hit, Son or Rashford, City mid after KDB, best goalkeeper. There's Son or Rashford. You know, if you've not got Kane, then definitely go for Son. If you have got Kane, maybe go for Rashford. Mix it up a little bit. Why not? City midfield after KDB. Not really too much that I would be confident telling you to go for, but there are some options there. You could go for, you know, if you think Sterling's going to be ready, go for him, but I wouldn't be going there. Foden, if you fancy him, I would not be taking that risk. Gundogan wouldn't be taking that risk either. Mahrez, again, wouldn't really be taking that risk. So there are options, but it's risky to go for City midfielders after KDB, which is kind of why I've steered away from it personally. Best goalkeeper, not really sure. A few options. You've got Leno. You've got you've got Leno and De Gea are kind of the safe picks. I do think Pickford is worth a shout. I don't know. Other than that, Ray Perry, thank you for the super chat. Chelsea playing Fulham, and you have no Chelsea players. I can definitely tell you for sure that Chelsea are not playing Fulham in Gameweek 18. So I don't know where that information's come from, but that's incorrect. Chelsea are not playing Fulham, so don't worry about getting any Chelsea players in. But thank you very much for the super chat, and hopefully I've cleared that up for you. Veram Shah says, remove Man City defenders, get Stefan, save money and spend on attack. Don't want Stefan. Edison's back, so he played in the FA Cup, so he's going to be back. So not sure. A few people asking about Martial. I do think that a few Manchester United fans actually think that it's going to be Cavani starting up front today. Few Manchester United fans have said that, so definitely. Lloris and Tierney over Leno and Reguilon. Can I afford that? Yeah, I probably can. Okay, right, let's try. I don't know if I can quite afford that. Let's try and make that work, because I do quite like the sound of that. Where am I going? Who was there? I don't know who I had there. Oh, I had Yedlin there, didn't I? Okay, let's put Yedlin back in there for now. But that leaves me 5.4. I think Lloris is 5.6. I think he's 5.6. He is. Okay. Well, can we save money elsewhere? I guess we can. We can cut some corners. So the corner I can cut is either I can take Ramsdale down to Sanchez at Brighton. You know, at least he's a playing goalkeeper, even though they'll probably get battered. I can take Brewster down to Davis and just accept that he's not. I mean, I'm not going to have a playing player, a third bench option there. Probably not the direction I want to go, to be honest. To be fair, I'd probably rather sacrifice the backup goalkeeper Spurs' fixture's already been rearranged once. I doubt they're going to rearrange it again, surely. So there's no chance of that fixture being... But Lloris is so much money to spend on a goalkeeper in this kind of game week. I'm really not so keen on this one. So much money to spend on a goalkeeper. But I do want to have something in the Spurs defence. I really do. And you're right, I do prefer Tierney over Reguilon. I do. But that's kind of the only option I'm left with. So maybe you're right. And therefore, let's just get rid of you and pick a cheaper goalkeeper. I think Sanchez is the only option at this price. Who's any chance of playing. I mean, Olsen, he's got a chance of playing, hasn't he? He played a couple of games. Not very many. 2 this season. So, okay, perhaps not. Is there anything else? I really don't think there is. People will say Stefan, but, you know, there's no chance. I don't want Stefan. He's not going near my team. Or unless... No, actually, no, that's a stupid line of thought. I was going to say go Edison in goal, but Edison's even more expensive. And then I would perhaps take out Diaz or someone. I'm not worried about Cancelo, though, because I've got enough backup in the bench there. If Clark has to come in, then I'm pretty happy with that, to be fair. I'd be okay with that. So, where are you, Sanchez? There you are. So, okay. Technically, that gives me 0.1 million more to spend. I don't really know that there's anywhere I'd like to spend it. Okay, right. This is where we're at the moment then, guys. This is the latest and the greatest. I have a feeling there might be a few more changes before we hit deadline. But anyway, let me catch up with some of your messages whilst we fiddle and diddle with this with this team. As always, I'm lagging so much. Okay, come on, stop lagging a little bit. Just want to check out what you guys are saying in the chat. Okay, Corey Langbridge with the super chat. I think that's where I'm at with super chats. I think. Thank you very much, Corey, for the super chat. Really appreciate it as always. Best midfielder under 7.5 for the next 2 game weeks. I've actually been asked this before. I think maybe I would go for Gundogan purely because he's got single game week this game week, double game week next game week. I don't think there's that much under 7.5 million that is exciting me too much at the moment. I'm more interested in the premium midfielders. But in terms of, you know, you could pick a player who plays 2 single game weeks. Maybe Saka is actually looking really good, to be fair. But Man City have some really nice fixtures. Gundogan seems like he's nailed on. Going to be playing every single game. And he's got the single game week this week and double game week next game week. So if you're talking 2 game weeks, you maybe want to go for a Man City midfielder, and Foden and I would not be keen on because he's too much of a rotation risk, which kind of leaves us with Gundogan. So maybe go for him, Corey. A bit of a differential there as well. His stats look really nice. His underlying stats. He's taking a lot of shots. He's creating chances. Could be good. Could be good. Someone's suggesting go to Mitchell. Clark to Mitchell. Well, it'd be Yedlin to Mitchell is what I'd do. That would work. Sorry, I wasn't actually looking at the chat whilst I was making these changes. So, someone said, why Tierney instead of Holding? Tierney just offers so much more attacking threat, like a decent amount of attacking threat, and there could be goals for Arsenal in this game, genuinely. Genuinely. Areola as a backup goalkeeper, yeah, potentially, but I'm not sure. Richard says, you only need 1 decent goalkeeper, can't use your bench boost. No, I can't use my bench boost, but... you know, there's been so many games being cancelled. There's been so many players getting injured and ill. There's been so much rotation that it really does benefit you to have a strong bench this game week. You know, what if one game gets called off? You're going to be 3 players short on a free hit when you have that opportunity to create at least a playing bench. It doesn't have to be an amazing bench, but at least a bench that's actually going to get you a few points. So, yeah. Alexander Stanning says Diaz to Stones. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Because at least I know with Stones, he's super nailed. No, with Diaz, he is super nailed on. Stones will probably play. But it's not like guaranteed. And I definitely do want to have at least some certainty in that Man City defence. Moldy says, I like this with Lloris. It is only for 1 week. Yeah, this is probably my favourite so far. Darren Wakefield says, if you hesitate, it means you're not sure. I came in here with no definitive plans, with a rough idea of what I wanted to do. To be fair, I didn't really consider bringing in Lloris before because he's so expensive. I definitely want something in the Spurs defence. And I do prefer Lloris and Tierney over Reguilon and Leno. Definitely. It's just more of an expensive combo, which means I've had to take a little bit of money off my bench, which is fine. Only backup goalkeeper, I suppose, so whatever. But yeah, we're not in the Manchester United defence now, but we've got everything else covered. So I don't mind that too much. I mean, to be fair, Manchester United have not been amazing in defence. They've not been like ridiculously good. I'm not. Someone says check super chats. I missed a super chat. Let's have a look. Thank you very much for letting me know. It is just loading. Don't worry. Oh my god! You know what? Why it's so laggy? It's because of 1,500 of you in here today. I did not expect this many people. That's crazy. That is truly, truly mental. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button and maybe subscribing if you're new around here, I would really appreciate that. As I just quickly try and load up the super chat. I don't know what I've missed. Let me just go right back to the start and just check through them all. I can see the recent ones here, but let me just go back. In fact, let me just do the recent ones quickly. So, Kyosi Sargo, thank you very much for the super chat. You say here a wildcarding Dyer or Maguire / Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Easy for me to say. For the next few game weeks, I mean, to be fair, I've been so tunnel vision on free hitting. I've not even checked like what's going on next game week. So let's have a look quickly on my phone. Spurs fixtures. We've got Fulham, Sheffield United, Liverpool, Brighton. Okay, West Brom a few games after that. So yeah, quite nice fixtures for Spurs there. And who's your other option? You want a Manchester United defender? Not massively keen on Manchester United defenders, to be honest, because they have got good fixtures, very good fixtures, in fact. But they're just not keeping so many clean sheets. But that is a very, very good run of fixtures. Really good run. That's a toss-up. Yeah, I mean, if for that budget, Dyer or Maguire / Aaron Wan-Bissaka is probably who you want to go for. So I don't want to tell you which one's the right answer there because there's not much in it. There's really not much in it. Mr. Venom says, is De Gea a safe option with no backup goalie? I don't think any. The only reason I say there's no safe option, I mean, to be fair, even De Gea, there has been a little bit of rotation with Dean Henderson with De Gea this season. There has. Henderson's come in and played a couple of games. So no, I would struggle to tell you that De Gea is safe. But even if he was, games are getting called off at the last minute and no one's knowing about it. And it's really, really crazy. So there is no such thing as safe right now. There really isn't. So yeah, I would always want a playing backup goalkeeper. That's me personally, though. That's me personally. And let's just check back and make sure there's been no other super chats that I've missed. Which is the laggiest thing scrolling through this chat. Because there's so many of you guys in here today, which is awesome. But oh no, okay, right, I got them all. Right, so Michael Shue, thoughts on this risky free hit team? Leno, Cancelo, Digne, Holgate, BF, Bruno Fernandes. You know what? I've never heard anyone call Bruno Fernandes BF before. KDB, Son, Foden, Kane, captain, Cavani, Benteke. Oh well, that is risky. Yeah, I mean, I admire the riskiness. Don't know if I'd want Digne in there, to be honest. I think you could do better than, replace Digne with someone like, I don't know, if you go Digne to Eric Dyer, for example, you save a lot of money and you can upgrade Benteke, potentially. You can upgrade Benteke to a Wilson, maybe. You can, I don't know if you want Cavani or not, or you're just taking that risk. I would say with this team, it does look good. It looks interesting for sure. But make sure that you've got backup on your bench. Make sure you've got a strong enough bench. Just in case. You can't, if you're on a free hit then you can do whatever you like with your bench. So you may as well be sensible with it, to be honest. Like, there's no harm in being a little bit sensible with your bench and making sure you've got something strong on there. Corey Langbridge, thank you for the super chat, Corey, again. What is your thoughts on Tau from Brighton? I'll be honest, I only know him from FIFA. I've signed him on FIFA a couple of times on my career modes, and that's all I know about him. All I know is he's a South African guy, isn't he? He's fairly quick, and he can play as a striker or a winger. And that's what I know about him. I don't know where he's going to be playing in this Brighton system. I would presume he's going to be playing as a forward, even though he's listed as a midfielder, right? But where is he going to play in that midfield? Because Brighton play with kind of defensive right and left wing backs, I guess, and then play 2 up front. So I guess Tau is going to be actually playing up front, even though he's listed as a midfielder. So that's kind of all I know about him. I don't know how good he is. Is he good? Is he bad? I don't know. He's probably pretty good if Brighton are signing him. You know, you don't sign a player for that amount of money for no reason. I don't actually know what the figure was, actually. I have no idea how much he signed for, but, you know, a Premier League side doesn't sign a player if he doesn't think they're any good. But, I mean, no, don't rush in on Tau at Brighton because we've not seen him play yet. You know, he'd be a real risk. Just keep an eye on him, though, for sure. Could be interesting. Definitely. Darren Wakefield says, Dan, you playing 3-5-2? Yeah, in this current setup, it would be a 3-5-2 for sure. It would be for sure. Caleb says, please answer me. Okay, I will. Tierney or Lacazette? Well, I mean, why not both? I mean, unless what you've got a lot of going on elsewhere. Tierney is less risky for sure. Definitely. Oh, this is a nice big super chart from Christian Brock. Let's scroll down. If Wilson can't afford Lloris and the other way around, got Darlow and Sanchez at the moment in goal, 0.1 in bank. Now put in some others than Wilson's, the same team as you. What should I do? Damn. Okay. Yeah, that's tough. Darlow is not going to work. I mean, it might work, but Darlow is kind of risky. I don't think I'd sacrifice Wilson. I think, you know, you sacrifice your goalkeeper before you sacrifice defender. Oh, Christian, let's help you out, man. Let's help you out. And have a look at what goalkeepers are worth about the same as Darlow. So, Darlow is... I mean, I think off the top of my head, Leno. There you go, Leno. We can actually increase this to 5.5 because we're looking for 5.1 and under, aren't we? Actually, there's nothing at 5.1, so let's just stick with 5. So yeah, Leno. If you've not already got 3 Arsenal players, you go for him. Go for Pickford. I think is a good option. Genuinely, I do think he's a good option. And maybe Ramsdale, but then you'd be hedging your best bets a little bit. So if you're not confident about Darlow, I mean, Leno would be the obvious choice for me. But I mean, if you've got everything else the same as my team, then yeah, you would already be tripled up. Well, then maybe you take a risk on Darlow. Well, you either take a risk. I don't think that Darlow is going to be dropped. I do think he is going to play. 80% sure. But it's that 20% chance that he doesn't play it. And it bothers me. It really bothers me. And particularly when I'm not that bothered in being in on the Newcastle defence anyway. So, Pickford. Maybe your answer is Pickford. Or just stick with Darlow. Or, you know, downgrade Yedlin to Mitchell. Try and free up some funds that way. Maybe then go for De Gea in goal. That would work. That would work. Maybe do that. That might be the answer. Emily H, thank you very much for the super chat. I see you've retracted your message though, so I can't see what you said there. Corey Langbridge says Saka or Smith Rowe. Saka is posting better stats than Smith Rowe and is more nailed on. You know, Smith Rowe is a really good player. I do think 90% sure he does play. But I don't know, I have more confidence in Saka as a, you know, long term. He's been doing really well. I know Smith Rowe has been coming in, he's done fantastically, but he's still a bit fresh, he's still a bit raw, and he's just there's that risk factor with him a little bit, where you can have Saka, who is genuinely in really good form. He's been proven that he's a quality player for the past year. He's creating the most chances in that Arsenal. Well, not the most chances, but he's creating the best chances in that Arsenal team over the past sort of 5 game weeks, whatever. He's taken the most shots of any player in that Arsenal team, taking more shots than, you know, Aubameyang, Lacazette. Lacazette's probably getting the best chances, to be fair, but Saka is taking the most shots. There's so much that I like about Saka right now that, for, you know, Saka's not even expensive. It's not like we're talking big money here. So why scrimp? Why not go for Saka? He's a really good player and a really good price as well. Liam Healy says Rashford in a 4-5-1 or Laka in a 4-2-2. I think Rashford's probably the safer one to go for, to be honest. If I'm honest there. I mean, I'm an Arsenal fan as well. So remember, you can look at my team and you see 3 Arsenal players. I'm having a little bit of fun with my free hit team because it's my favourite chip, and I do like to have a little bit of fun with it. So I'm going to go triple up on Arsenal. But don't feel like you have to. Rashford is probably a better option than Lacazette. Genuinely, he really is. So don't feel too much pressure. In going for a player like Lacazette. He's risky. Now, 1 second, guys. I want to check something. Back. Okay. What else we got? Lacazette being deliberated. No, I'm fine with Lacazette. I'm happy to go for him. He's just the best. You know, he's getting the best goal scoring chances at Arsenal FC. But Rashford is probably a better option if it's one or the other. I'm fortunate enough that I can have both. I've set my team up so I can have both because I want both. But if it's one or the other, then you probably go for Rashford. And they are kind of similar prices, so that might happen with people kind of saying. KDB for captain instead of Bruno Fernandes? Yeah, definitely an option. 100% an option. Ethan Fernandes says, should I buy Lloris in place of Darlow and buy a cheap 4 million bench goalkeeper? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure I like this trailer thought, to be honest. Kyogi Sago says Tosson or Fabio Silva. Why not McGoldrick? Why not McGoldrick if you can afford him? Right, so we've got a couple of more super chats, so let's have a check of those. Kevin Taylor, thank you very much for the super chat. That's really, really appreciated. And Alex Marmon, what do you think of this? Lloris, Stones, Diaz, Yedlin, Fernandes, captain, KDB, vice captain, Son, Wilson, Kane, Cavani. Three up front. You know what? I've not seen too many people with 3 forwards. I've not seen too many of those. Subs, Steele, Smith Rowe, Burke, and Mitchell. Yeah, it's interesting. Lloris, Stones, DS. I'm not massively keen on Yedlin as a starter, if I'm honest. I like the double. I like the double off on the City. Yeah, I mean, the attack it's really nice. Cavani is a bit of a risk, but of course you've got Smith Rowe to come in there potentially. How many defenders have you got there? You're missing a defender. You've got only 4 defenders there. So Burke, he's a midfielder, so you can't have him. So Burke would have to be replaced with a defender. That team doesn't quite add up. Yeah, I mean, as long as you've got some kind of cover on your bench for defence that isn't Mitchell, that'll be okay. Kevin Taylor, thank you for another super chat. I get the impression that maybe you're trying to send a message with your super chat. I don't know exactly how it works, but I will try and keep an eye out for your message because it's not showing for whatever reason. I can't see any message there from you, Kevin, but do try and let me know in the chat, and I'll feel free to spam it as well, so I'm more likely to see it. That's absolutely fine. And mods, make sure if Kevin does send a message, if you can try and highlight it to me, and don't worry about him spamming. That's absolutely cool. But anyway, more super chats. Wow, you guys have been so generous today. I really do appreciate it. It's really awesome. Craig Gamble says, hat to wildcard, Darlow, Clark, Mitchell, Cancelo, Saka, Bruno Fernandes, KDB, Son, Salah, Wilson, Brewster, Martinez, Dallas Bamford, and so foul bench. Thoughts? Quite nice. Yeah, that is quite nice. Quite nice, to be fair. I don't know if I would be confident about Darlow. That's the only thing I'd be a little bit worried about. So how many Arsenal defenders have you got there? You've got, well, not plenty of players in general. You've got Saka, That's all you got for Arsenal. So I would replace Darlow with Leno. Because if we look at... and to be fair, I don't have that much confidence in Newcastle defence long term. The only reason people are kind of considering Newcastle defenders now is because they play Sheffield United. But if you look at their fixtures, do you really want them long term? Sheffield United, fine, but Arsenal, that's not great. Leeds, that's a bad fixture for a defence. Everton, Crystal Palace, Southampton, Chelsea, Manchester United, Wolves. It's not a great run for Newcastle, so I would not be going for Darlow. On the other hand, Arsenal is actually not too bad. Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Southampton, Manchester United, not great. But Wolves, that's okay. Aston Villa, that's okay. Gets a little bit trickier after that, but we've kind of got Burnley sprinkled in there. And Arsenal, in general, have been pretty good in defence, whereas Newcastle have not. So even if the fixtures are a bit trickier, and they are, to be fair, easier than Newcastle's, you would expect them to still keep some clean sheets in there. So definitely you would swap Darlow for Leno. That's for sure. Matthew Vaughan says, hey, mate, I have 10... players playing this game week. That's impressive. That's impressive. With all main players covered without using any chips, so I have 3 hits for game week 19. Thoughts? Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. If you can make that happen and not use a free hit, then that's fantastic. But you know, I've kind of planned the other way. I've already planned to have all double game week players for game week 19. So yeah. Matthew Vaughan says, hey mate, I have 10 players playing this game with all... Oh, look, I just read that. Sorry, I meant to read... but yeah, Matthew, I like that. I like the sound of that a lot. If you can do it, then fantastic. You know, if you can save your free hit and use it on a double game week, then you're laughing, really. It could be really good for you next game week. Alex Marmon says, my missing defender from my team was Shaw. Okay, in that case, then that's good. That's looking much better. We'll play Shaw over Yedlin then, in that case. Because I think it was Yedlin that you had there, didn't you? So play Shaw, put Yedlin on the bench, and I think you got it covered. Nice. Nice. Mr. Venom says 9.6 million to spend on 2 goalkeepers. Who should I get? Who should you get? Maybe Leno and Sanchez? Maybe? Something like that. That would work. Leno and Sanchez. Go for that. Matt Clark says, quick question, do you think Stones will start? Cheers, bud. No worries. Thank you very much for the super chat. I do think Stones will start, yes. But you have to acknowledge that there is, I don't know, Stones probably plays 3 games and then his bench, plays 3 games and his bench, plays 3 games and his bench. Every 4th game, he doesn't start, which is fine. That's pretty good odds for a Manchester City player. But you just have to acknowledge that there is that minor risk, isn't there? So if you're happy to accept that tiny little risk and you've got something on your bench to tide you over just in case things go terribly wrong, you've got something on your bench, then fine. Absolutely fine. Go for it. No issue with that at all. But yeah, no, I'm trying to be a little bit less risky with it because I do want to have 2 100% playing City defenders there. Diaz, I think, is a slightly better attacking threat as well. So that's why I'm going for it. But you know, you could do that. So Oliver Harding, thank you very much for the super chat there as well. So I miss super chats again. Yeah, there. Maybe there's a bit of lag here. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see one now here. Greg S. Thank you very much, Mouldy. You're a star as always. Reguilon, Lacazette / Wilson, which two? Back the attackers, I suppose. Lacazette and Wilson. You do prefer to back the attackers, although, you know, Reguilon is very likely to get a clean sheet. It's got to be said. And I would want to be involved somehow in the Spurs defence. Because they're just kind of a really good chance of a clean sheet. One of the best chances of a clean sheet in the whole game week, to be fair. Them and Man City are really nicely on for clean sheets, so I want to be in on both of those. And then probably Arsenal, the next best chance after that, and then Manchester United. So yeah, there you go. There you go. I think that's me caught up on super chats. The most stressful game week in FPL history, says Adam Dorans, and you couldn't be more right. You couldn't be more correct. You're so correct. James Craig says, sounds great. I don't know what sounds great, but it does. His army Rossley says, who's your captain, Danny? I mean, I want to go for Bruno, but I'm might get peer pressured into picking someone else. KDB. Am I going to get peer pressured into going for KDB? Yeah, there's a good chance I might be peer pressured here. I'm not going to lie. But anyway, I'm going to lock in my team now because I'm happy with it. Matt Clark says, thanks, bud. Love your work. Top job. Thank you very much, Matt. I do really appreciate your contributions and your support. It is really, really appreciated. I love it, man. I love it. Okay, right. Let's lock in my team. Because I'm happy. I'm happy, guys. I've got a smile on my face. I'm feeling positive. That's about it. I don't know what else to say. What else am I going to change here realistically? There's nothing else I want. All of my needs are satisfied with this team. What else do I want realistically? I mean, okay, in an ideal world, I'd have Kane. But how on earth am I going to fit him in? Not worth sacrificing the rest of my team to get Kane in. So I'm not going to do that. Plus, I do have a little bit of faith in Fulham. I do. I got 0.1 in the bench. Okay, well, if I do have that faith in Fulham, then why not go for Areola in as my backup goalkeeper? Why not? I got 0.1 in the bank, so let's just do that. There you go. Because I think Fulham are more likely to keep a clean sheet than Brighton against Manchester City. I do believe that. So yeah, let's just check that all my other desires are met. Yedlin and Clark are fine just as bench fodder. Brewster's fine as bench fodder as well. I'm happy. I'm happy, and I know it. Let's lock that in. I think we've had enough thinking. So, these are the changes. Not actually that many changes, to be fair. I've upgraded Davies. I've just changed. The only real change here is Darlow to Lloris, from what I said earlier in the game week. Well, in the pre-game week, I suppose. Okay, so this is what we'll be looking at. We're going to swap over Clark for Yedlin. Probably swap Brewster for Yedlin as well, and just have Yedlin third and final. Or do I? Would I want to do that? No, probably not. Back the attacker. No. There's no point backing Brewster. He's useless. He's not useless, but he just doesn't get points. Let's save this. Oh, you know what, guys? This looks good. I like the look of this team a lot. Let's do super chats real quick. Green Pepper says Brewster triple captain. I can't believe you've done a super chat just to make a meme. But fair play, Green Peppers. Brewster's triple captains. If you want to do that, dude, then you go for it. Now Paul Rive says great insights every week. Keep it up. I don't know if they're great insights. I mean, I just look at stats and give my opinion. But I do appreciate it. And hopefully, you take something from these videos and you find them entertaining at least. But yeah, thank you very much for the super chat, guys. Look at that team. That is a saucy little number. That's a saucy little number. I like that look at you. I like that look of you. In fact, let's just scroll up so we don't have to look at the bench, because that's not so good. We've got a couple of messages on Twitter. Nothing too much. Right, yeah, that's nice. The only concern is who to pick as captain, Bruno Fernandes or De Bruyne. I've been pretty consistent. I prefer Bruno Fernandes, but at the same time, everyone else seems to think De Bruyne is the right answer. Am I wrong? Am I the idiot? Am I the moron? Maybe I am, but I don't care. I'm going to be a moron, I think. There's really not much in it, Bruno Fernandes with De Bruyne. I really don't think there's much in it. I really don't. But I just slightly prefer Bruno. He's been far more consistent in his getting FPL points, which is the important thing. Totally free-to-play says, I'm guessing F2P means free-to-play. Did you hear about Cancelo news? Are you worried he'll get rested? Well, no, he was tired at half-time, so he came off, he's had his rest, and here he comes back again. Cancelo's back, tell your friends. Cancelo or Diaz on a free hit. Maybe Diaz is the more sensible options. Chat spam telling both goalkeepers in the same game. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they are actually, aren't they? But I'm not really worried about that game getting called off. But maybe to be fair, that is not sensible. What am I more worried about? Lloris getting coronavirus and not playing, or getting rested for whatever reason, or the game getting called off. Surely this game doesn't get called off now. Surely not. But you're right. I should be sensible. I should just be sensible and just take the... You know, the thing is with Sanchez, though, he could easily get me 1 point. Ugh. Where am I for goalkeepers? Let's do it. Let's find Sanchez again. Bring him back. I've always wanted to have Sanchez in my team. Anyway, I'm a big fan of Brighton, to be fair. Yeah, okay. Sanchez is coming back in for Areola. Can I spend... I really want to spend this 1.1 million. I don't know where I'm going to spend it, though. I'll leave it. It's fine. Depressing, though. Maybe Yedlin for someone. Who's 4.4 million defender? Don't think there is anyone, is there? No, I don't think there is anyone. Right, there we have it. There we have it. Let's go to chat again. Corey, are you made of money or something? Another super chat. Thanks, man. Corey says, thoughts on my team and who to captain? De Gea, Tierney, Maguire, Cancelo, KDB. Doubling up on the Manchester United defence is kind of interesting. I would be a little bit hesitant about that, Corey, if I'm honest. I would bring in definitely a Spurs defender. So probably just swap Maguire for Reguilon or Dyer. So I'd definitely do that for sure. You've got no Bruno, which kind of worries me a little bit. Well, actually, are we on a free hit or what? Are we on a wild card? It's difficult to tell without knowing that. If you're on a free hit, then yeah, you can make a few changes here. Definitely get a Spurs defender. And I think you've got to try and fit in Bruno somehow. But judging by what I'm seeing, I'm guessing you're probably not on a free hit. So in that case, if this is a non-free hit team, then it's incredible. It's incredible. It's really good. Nikan Naruzi says, look at Instagram. I sent you a message about FPL. Okay, I'll have a quick look at that since you kindly super chat. Oh, okay. You say you sent me your wildcard team. Okay, well, I've got no problem. I'll have a quick look at that. Stones Cancelo. Okay, so for the benefit of the people who are listening, you've got Leno in goal, Stones, Cancelo, Dyer, Saka, Fernandes, De Bruyne, Rashford, Son, Wilson and Martial there, and then you've got Johnston, Antonio, Dallas, and Sofal on the bench. Yeah, nice, man. Looks nice. What can I say about this? What would I change? I don't know. Well, maybe make sure you got a plan to get. No, actually, do you even need a plan to get Salah in? Probably not. No, I like this team. I like this team a lot. Make sure it's not. To be fair, it's not even too short-sighted. It is. Your eggs are in a very few amount of baskets, though. That has to be said. You know, you've got 3 City, you've got 3 United, you've got 2 Arsenal, and you've got 2 Spurs, which is fine for a free hit, but longer term might be a little bit risky. And maybe your bench is slightly strong, unless you're planning on doing a bench boost or something in the near future. Maybe your bench is going to be a little bit strong here, but you know, you can fix that with transfers as you go on. But yeah, it's a strong team, really strong team. Quite a few. I didn't realise how many people would be putting in super chats. No, not super. Well, I'm thinking about super chats because Moldy is reminding me that I missed another super chat. Somehow, it's not showing up on my screen yet. So I didn't realise so many people would be doing wild cards. It's quite crazy because I never really put this down as a wild card week personally, but maybe that's because I've had sort of tunnel vision of one way of that I've been wanting to do this. So Mr. Super Chat from Daniel Sheeran. Let's scroll up, see if that is anywhere on my screen. Oh, you know, this is so annoying. Super chats are showing up after, like, out of order. Like, they're showing up out of order on my screen. This is really annoying. I'm not used to having this many people. Okay, let's have a look. There's a few, actually, that I've missed. Sorry, guys. I've got to try and work out what's missing. Okay, Green Pepper sent a hot dog. Legend. Lasse first says, show us your starting team. Okay, yes. I mean, I think I've got that covered now, hopefully. Daniel Shearer says, is Stone more likely to start than Darlow? Yeah, I would say so. I would say Stone. Wow. Is that true? No, I would say they're about the same. to be fair, I would say that Stones and Darlow are roughly as likely as each other to play, and I put them both at about 80% starting possibility. Craig Gamble says Darlow to Leonard Dunn gives me 10 players. 10 plays for this week, 8 for next week. Nice for the double. Your tips have got me fighting top spot in my work one. Nice one, Craig. Hopefully you can win that. You can win that. Why are these super chats showing up in out of order, in the wrong order? That's so annoying. So annoying. I'm really appreciative of all these super chats. Usually I don't get even nearly this amount in 1 week. Dara Leons, welcome as a member. Harry says Foden or Gundogan. Of course Foden plus points, but will start. I think Gundogan is maybe the one to go for. I think I kind of prefer Gundogan to Foden, genuinely. Especially if you can do something with the rest of that money. Especially if you can do the stuff with the rest of the money. Will Yedlin start? Yes, probably. Darren Wakefield says almost time. Yeah, I know, man. I know. Uzi Automatic says my bench has Saka on it. Help. Get him on the starting 11. Thoughts on 4-5-1 formation? Too defensive? No, I don't think it's too defensive. I think there's some good options in defence this game week. Thomas Sheen, the contact fan who's been consistent in chat and loving FPL. Oh, there you go. James Craig says, how do you feel about Salah for the next week or so? I wonder what to do since he's been blanking recently. I'm going to readdress Salah's situation next game week. I'm not going to think about it now, though. But yeah, there's obviously some consideration there, isn't there? Dyer or Tierney? Tierney, I would say. Diaz or Cancelo? Diaz less risky. Cancelo more chance of attacking turns. Arsenal was a trap. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. Corey says, I messed that up. De Gea, Tierney, Maguire, Cancelo, KDB, Neto, Fernandes, Saka, Marchtal, Kane, Morpay. No subs. I'm trying to work out what the difference is. Yeah, still, same case, Corey. Maguire, get rid of him and bring in a Spurs defender, for sure. And Marchtal is a bit risky, but, you know, you've got to go for these things, don't you? Who's the captain? I don't mean Bruno or KDB, definitely. One of them. Just pick Bruno or KDB. Interesting, Christian Brock says, what about Captain Son versus Fulham? Not really interested, to be honest. Fulham have, as I keep saying, have actually been okay in defence. They genuinely have been okay in defence. They've conceded sort of 4 goals in the last 5 games. I'm not confident that Spurs are going to go out and score several goals. When I'm looking for a captain, I'm looking for a player with a high ceiling, and I can't see Son getting more than 10 points. Maybe he gets 11 points or 12 points, something like that, in a really good situation. But you look at Bruno Fernandes and you look at De Bruyne, and you see their ceilings are kind of more like 15 points or more. So for that reason, I prefer them. I think it's safer to go for Bruno or KDB. I really do. Zubin Jahari says, free hit 11 of your... It's tight now. We've got 30 seconds till the deadline. But De Gea, Stones, Cancelo, Tierney, Size, KDB, Bruno, Rashford, Son, Saka, and Kane. Looks good. Would you play Size or Dyer? I play Dyer. I would play Dyer. So if you've got time, make the change. Dyer in for Size. I genuinely would do that. And then that's it. You're done. I can't really help you guys anymore. I just make sure my team is saved and correct. If the deadline hasn't passed already. Yeah, that's all good. That's all good in the hood. I'm going to stick with Bruno for captain. Might regret that, but there we go. I've got De Bruyne anyway, so I am covered. Matt Clark got a last minute. Yeah, I mean, I'll answer you, Matt, but we're past the deadline, guys. We are past the deadline. Time is up. Hopefully you got your teams all locked in. Everyone is happy with their teams. Let me just reply to Matt quickly. Darlow, Tierney, Cancelo, Dyer, KDB, Son, Gundogan, Fernandes, Kane, Captain, Wilson, Lacazette. What do you think? I like it. I probably would have gone for KDB captain myself, but that's a pretty strong. In fact, it's a really strong team. Really strong team. I like it a lot. I do. Yeah, there's a few risks there, but what can you say? What can you say? But yes, guys, that's time's up. I mean, unless we've got some serious chat lag, time is up, and we're in the mix. I'm not going to stick around for too much longer, guys, because, like I said, I'm just on my lunch break today. So actually, I haven't been able to, do a long stream. I need to get back to work. It's a working day. It's the problem with these middle of the day deadlines. They frustrate me. But there you go. Hopefully, I won't be working full time in my other job too often. But yeah, very quickly, guys, there was loads of you in today. So if you consider subscribing, that would be awesome. I mean, I'm sure we can make a little bit of a push to. I mean, we're not going to get 50,000 today, no chance. But we can get a little bit closer. So if you are new around here, you've not seen me before, please do consider subscribing. You know, why not? Drop a like on the stream before you leave. Really appreciate that. There you go. That's it. Thank you very much for watching this stream today. Hopefully your teams are all sorted. Hope you all have some excellent luck. I look forward to hearing about how you all get on. So yeah, good luck in your cup games too, as James Craig has very successfly said. Locked in. We're locked in. Thank you very much for the super chats today, guys. Really generous, actually, you guys today. It was awesome. I might actually put a little bit of that into Calm, the charity stream that we did the other week. We might as well add to that, add to the pot. And there you go. So thank you so much, guys, for watching today. Hope you did enjoy the stream. Hope you found it useful. And I will see you later, mates. Don't know when. See you on Twitter, maybe. Follow me on Twitter at FPL, mate. I'm babbling. Right. See you later, guys. Good luck this game week. Goodbye. Take care. See you later.